welcome you. So we are going to start with any club outside of, any Kiwanis club outside of Jamaica. Any Kiwanis club outside of Jamaica?
Yes, good afternoon. Kiwanis Club of Toronto, Caribbean.
Great to have you. I'm hearing you loud and clear, Sir Glenford.
Okay.
Well, great to have you with us.
Yeah, we have a couple more people is going to be coming online in a couple of minutes.
Okay. Always grateful when you join with us.
Thank you.
Okay.
Hi.
Any other club outside of Kingston?
Hi, good evening, everyone. My name is Cynthia Blackman, and I'm from the Kiwanis Club Pride of Barbados and the Kiwanis Club of Barbados Benevolence.
Okay, that's DLG, Cynthia from Barbados.
Correct.
Okay, great. Nice to have you. Really appreciate you taking the time to be with us this afternoon. Any other club outside of Jamaica? How about clubs in Division 25? Any club from
Good evening, President John, past President Sonia from the Kiwanis Club of Nigel Point. Others will join soon.
Okay, past President Sonia, great to have you, and we will welcome them when they get here. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Any other club in Division 25?
Good evening, fellow Kiwanians. I am DP Andre from the Kiwanis Club of Westmoreland Capital. It's a pleasure to be here this evening, and our delegation includes our PLG, Julie, Kiwanian, Cadian, who I can see at this moment, but I believe that there are others that will be joining on shortly.
DT Dwight is here as well. DP.
Yes, and also DT Dwight.
Okay, the pleasure is ours, DP Andre. Really glad you're here, delegation, to join us this afternoon. Any other clubs in Division 25? Okay, what about Division 24? Which friends do we have with us from Division 24 this afternoon?
Good evening, fellow Kiwanians. The Kiwanis Club of St. Mary. Say kudos to Kiwanis Club of Kingston on their 59th anniversary. My delegation this evening is about 7 of us from the Kiwanis Club of St. Mary, and we have more in which should be joining shortly. And I am DLG Nesbert.
Thank you, DLG Nesbert. Always glad to have you on your delegation. Glad to see you're out in your numbers this evening, and I'm pretty sure you will enjoy the proceedings. Thanks for coming. Any other club in Division 24? Okay, what about Division 23 East?
President, seems as if I am the only one here. The rest of my delegation is yet to come, but we have to be here to honor our fathers. Kiwanis Club of Downtown Kingston, we honor you and we say congratulations and thanks for chartering us and for celebrating your 59th year. Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll be here shortly.
Thank you, DP Laban.
I am here as part of your delegation. This is LGD Stefan.
Okay, always great to see you. And you know, when you're at Kingston Club, you're amongst friends. So even if the other members of your delegation are late, you will never be lonely. Thanks for joining.
Thank you. And as you heard,
Stefan
is here also.
Right. We recognize him. Thank you. Any other club from Division 23 East? Okay, what about 23 West? Do we have any club from Division 23 West with us this afternoon?
Yes, P.E. Newton. This is LGE Janet, but I bring you 59th anniversary greetings on behalf of the President and members of the Kiwanis Club of the Sunshine City, Portmore. There are 4 of us here at this time, and we're looking forward to a great meeting. Have a wonderful evening. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us, LG Janet, and we hope you will.
Good afternoon. My name is Kavina Williams. I am a part of Kiwanis Club, but I caller invite me sometime to the meeting.
Okay, and guess what happened? For Kiwanis Club of Kingston meetings, you don't even need anybody to call you and invite you. You just know that we meet every Tuesday, 7 o'clock. The coordinates are usually the same. Just come along. We're always happy to have you.
Okay, no problem.
Okay.
Okay.
Any other club from Division 23 West?
Good evening.
Good afternoon. Good evening, DP Jennifer.
Yes, from Kiwanis Club of Greater Portmore. I think there are 4 of us online, and we are here happy and ready to celebrate your 59th anniversary with you.
Okay, and it's going, I can tell you, DP, it's going to be a wonderful evening. When I started this section, we were at 59. We are now at 79 persons online and climbing. So hope the rest of your delegation will make it, and I know we will have a wonderful time this evening. Thank you for joining us.
You're welcome.
Okay. Any other club from Division 23 West? 23 West?
Right.
How about 23 Central? Which of our friends from Division 23 Central are with us this afternoon?
Good evening, P.E. Newton.
Hey, President Derek.
How you doing?
I'm great.
Good evening to President Junior and all the Kiwanians and guests online. I bring you greetings from the Kiwanis Club of North St. Andrew. Congratulations and happy anniversary to you. Thank you for your service as well. The last count I saw 7 of us online, to include our very own LG Hugh, and I'm sure other persons will be joining. Looking forward to a great meeting. Thank you very much.
Thank you. We know we can always count on you and your delegation to be with us. We really appreciate it. Thanks for being here.
Our pleasure. Thank you.
Okay. Any other club from 23 Central?
Good evening, P.E. Newton. How are you doing?
Hi, dear honorary member of Kiwanis Club of Kingston.
Hi, how are you doing?
I am great. P. Eurydice.
Yes, you sound to be in a festive mood.
It's our anniversary.
Yes, that's right. So at this time we have a delegation of 4 to include the President LaShawn, and the LGD Desmond, who's a member of your club and ours. And so thank you so much for inviting us, and we look forward to this festive occasion. Congratulations on your 59th birthday.
Thank you on behalf of all the members of the Kiwanis Club of Kingston, and as usual, nice to see and hear you.
Thank you.
Good evening, good evening, good evening. It is so good to be here this evening. This is Dale G. Rosie from Kiwanis Club of Friends Across Borders. I could not miss this evening's meeting. I am as excited as your members are about this celebration. 59 years of service, great service at that. So it is definitely something to celebrate. We have 4 in our delegations at this time. We have Director ONDP Paulik and PE April. So we are happy to be here, and I know others is going to be joining us soon. Congratulations again.
As usual, thank you, DLG Rosie. You know, before the meeting started, I looked and I didn't see you, and I was wondering if you were off the island or something, because I know it's not like you to miss an occasion like this.
Not at all. Had to be here.
Real happy to have you on your delegation.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening, P.E. Newton.
Hey, good evening, President Ashaki.
Okay. From the this is DP Sharon. So with me here is President Ashaki.
DP Sharon.
Yes,
okay.
From the Kiwanis Club of Longville Park, Southeast Clarendon.
Okay.
And we are happy to join the Kiwanis Club of Kingston on celebrating your 59th anniversary. And I wish you all the best going forward and continue to give excellent service.
Okay, great. Really nice having you from that cool section of Clarendon. They usually don't say Clarendon is cool enough, but I know that section of Clarendon is cool. Thank you for joining us.
Yes, you're welcome.
Anyone else?
Good evening, President P.E. Newton. I'm predicting that DP Georgia from the Kiwanis Club of Stony Hill. We are so happy to be here, joining you, celebrating with you. Always happy to join with the men of Kingston. And we look forward to a great evening. Happy 59th.
Thank you, DP Georgia. And thanks for the greetings from cool Stony Hill. Anyone else from Division 23 Central? Any other club from Division 23 Central?
Good evening, P.E. Newton. On behalf of the Kiwanis Club of Constant Spring, I wish to congratulate the Kiwanis Club of Kingston on your 59 years of excellent service. We have online DG Pam and DP Rosie. Others will join later. I haven't seen any other. If there's anybody else, you could indicate so.
Okay, thank you, DP Rosie and your delegation for joining us. And I want to tell you a secret. The Kiwanis Club of Kingston is maybe 59 years old, but arthritis has not started to take us up yet. So we're still young and sprightly. So we have many more years of service left in us. Thanks for joining us.
Okay, wonderful.
Okay. Any other club from Division 23 Central? Okay, what about SLPs? I see FA Aldit, so I know wherever FA Aldit is, there's a whole lot of SLPs. Any SLP? No?
P.E. Newton, we have members from St. George's Key Club.
Okay.
They want to introduce themselves.
Okay. They want to introduce themselves?
You may ask them to introduce themselves.
Yeah, St. George's. We invite you to just open your microphone and let us know you're here. All right, in case you're having problem unmuting at any point before I finish this section that you are able to open your microphone, just go ahead and let us know. What about any guests of Kiwanians?
Just 1 second, I'm just asking those persons, if you're not speaking, could you close your mic, please? There's one particular connection that is, and I don't want to close it because I don't know, I didn't know who was speaking, but if you could close your mic when you're not speaking, we would really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you,
Newton. P. Newton.
Thank you, DP. Sure. DLG Kirtland.
Good evening. I don't know, was 23 East asked to introduce themselves?
Yes.
No.
But I don't think anybody
from
did.
New Kingston?
I don't think anybody did.
Oh, well, forgive me, President, forgive me, but I better chime in here and bring greetings from your daughters. I could not allow this to pass. And I came on just a little late because I was on a committee meeting. So I am just bringing greetings from President Audrey Henry Lee and the members of the Kiwanis Club of New Kingston. You probably don't know, but we have two fathers and you. Happy anniversary, 59 years of sterling service. That's no joke and no feat. I wonder, hopefully, I won't be around, but I know New Kingston will get there. So I bring you very special greetings and wish for you God's continued blessings as you go forward and this great organization and the sterling service you continue to serve. Blessings always, and thank you very much. This is Dale G. Gerslin.
Thank you very much, Dale G. Gertlin. And I'm happy you came on when you did, because I saw Dale G. He was about to reach for the will form to write you out of the will, because we couldn't understand.
No way.
Our daughters didn't come to our birthday party.
Really not doing that to me at all. It's all right. You know?
So you made us save.
He will forgive me for anything. Thank you, P.
Yeah, thanks
Have
as
a
usual for being with
meeting.
us. Okay. Any guests of Kiwanians? Do we have anyone who was invited by a Kiwanian to be with us this afternoon? Okay, how about someone who was not invited by a Kiwanian, but you joined us anyway? You got the coordinates and you joined us anyway. We're happy to have you. Let us know that you're here. Anyone?
A pleasant good evening. This is PE Sophia Smith from Kiwanis Club of 15. I would like to say happy anniversary and all the best, and I look forward to the rest of this meeting. I expect others to join. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, P. Sophia. Always happy to see you.
My pleasure.
Good evening. This is TG Mel, wishing you a happy anniversary and all the best.
Thank you, sir. It means a lot coming from you. We really appreciate it. And anyone else? Anyone else would like to just say hi? I'm here.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I am Kiwanian Vienna from the Kiwanis Club of Toronto, Caribbean. In my delegation right now, I see 2 of us, but I'm sure we have other members coming. Warm congratulations on your 59th year of service. We admire you and we hope to do that in time to come, God's willing, but you continue your dedicated service to the children of the world. Again, congratulations. And I should say our greetings are forwarded on behalf of our President Sharon.
Thank you, Kiwanian Vienna. Really appreciate your warm sentiments. And hopefully, as we go ahead with the next 59 years, we will even surpass what we have done in the last 59 years.
Sure.
Because now we have the experience.
Godspeed.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Anyone else?
Yes.
Okay. Well,
President Newton, yes.
Hi, Del G. Willie.
There's a message in the chat. Dunoon Technical Key Club has 4 members present, including faculty advisor Alice Douglas.
Okay, Dunoon Technical.
Delegation from St. George's, based on the numbers, is about 5 or 6.
Okay, great. Always great to have our SLPs in the room. So I just want, we have an interesting program lined up. Now that we know each other, we know who is here. I just want to say welcome all. Hope you will enjoy the evening. Hope at the end of the proceedings, you will say, I am glad I spent the evening with Kingston and those friends. So until we get back to my section, it's back to you, President Junior.
Thank you all for coming. What a wonderful night we have had so far. And we will continue in that vein as we go along. Thank you all for being with us. We have now hit the 100 mark and climbing. So we are very happy that all of you have found the time to be with us tonight. And thank you again for coming. Okay, so let us see who are not here with us. Any apologies for absence at this time? Are there anybody that just couldn't make it at this time?
Yes, we have an apology for English President Lloyd Barnett, who is off the island. We have an apology from the honorary member, distinguished President Norman Hehold, and we have an apology from Treasurer Orville Lewis.
Okay, are there any other apologies for absence? At this time? If not, we'll move on to our recognition of birthday and anniversaries.
Okay. Thank you, President Junior. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, fellow Kiwanians, guests, friends. At this part of the meeting, usually we recognize Kiwanians who are celebrating a birthday, anniversary, or some special occasion. But when we checked our records, there's nobody from the Kiwanis Club of Kingston who is actually having an anniversary or a birthday this week. But we do have 106 participants. So I'm sure there must be somebody, one of our guests or fellow Kiwanians who is also celebrating a birthday this week. And I'm kind of putting out an open invitation so that we can at least recognize that birthday or special occasion with you. Is there anyone who has a special occasion this week that you like?
Yeah, my birthday is tomorrow. My birthday, Williams. My birthday is tomorrow.
Okay, I didn't see who. I can't see your ID. So can you identify who you are, please?
My name is Kavina Williams. I invite by Carla, and my birthday is tomorrow.
Okay, Carla.
Okay.
Happy birthday when it comes.
Kavina.
Kavina, my apologies.
Yeah.
Kavina.
Yes. Thank you.
Happy birthday when it comes.
Yeah, thank you.
And you'll be celebrating your 17th birthday, correct?
In and outside.
That's what I figured. All the best to you. Is there anybody else celebrating a birthday this
When
week?
they're trying, we have 4 or 5 people inside mopping up as we speak. And
I think DP John L, your microphone is open. That's why your voice is coming
The
through.
latest in a series of shooting leaks at the station since last year, costing more.
Somebody's TVJ news is coming through. DP John L Benson.
Okay.
Just mute your microphone. Okay, that's good.
Okay.
Thank you.
I am April.
Yes. Go
and
ahead.
my day is on Sunday.
Sorry, can you repeat again? You were breaking up a little bit.
I'm PE April. My birthday is on Sunday.
PE April. That's right?
Yes.
Okay. Happy birthday on Sunday when it comes also from myself and all of the Kiwanis Club of Kingston.
I'm celebrating my 16th.
Oh, the 16th. Sweet 16. All the best to you. I'm glad that you were able to share that with us, and we wish you only health and good health and peace for your birthday.
Thank you.
Anybody else celebrating? If not, I will just take this opportunity to thank all the persons who are on this call. The Kiwanis Club of Kingston would not be the institution and that it is without your support over the years. And we are very grateful that you're sharing this evening with us and our anniversary. We're very thankful for that, and your participation extends to everybody, each and every person who is here. If nothing further, I'll pass the microphone back to President Junior so that we can proceed with our very entertaining program for this evening.
Thank you. Thank you, VP. And you said entertaining. It will be very entertaining tonight. We have some difference here. Yes. We'll be having messages from KIT Hope Max, from VG Pam Rodney, from DT Leighton McKnight, and LG, our own LG Hugh. So we just start with the main section of the program by starting with a message from KIT Hope. I was told that she's off the island, so we'll be asking the DP Chris will be reading her message. So DP Chris, are you around? I saw you on the platform earlier. DP Chris. You're on DP, not hearing you.
President Junior, I asked DP Store to read it for me because regrettably at this point in time, I'm not in a position to read it.
Okay.
So I've asked DP Store to do the reading.
Okay, DP Stu.
Okay, yes, President Junior.
Yes. You're going to read the message from
there is a little problem going on this evening, which I have not been able to figure out what it is. So I'm going to read this one. But just give me a second, because just 1 second. Okay. You guys, you need to be quiet now. My mic is open. Okay. Okay. And I'm still hearing a background noise. Please, I'm asking you guys, please close your mic if you are not speaking. Okay. Well, let me. This is not. Okay. So I'm gonna have to find this mic and unmute it. Please, just give me a second. I can't do it like this. Okay, it seems to have gone. So let me go on. Let me just. Okay, this is a message to the Kiwanis Club of Kingston in honor of their 59th anniversary from Hope Marks, Kiwanis International Trustee, March 28, 2023. President Junior and members of the Kiwanis Club of Kingston, visiting Kiwanians and guests, good evening. Once again, I deem it an honor to have been asked to say a few words in honor of such a milestone, one that definitely deserves celebrating. In my capacity as international trustee, I'm reminded that it was this club where I had my first speaking engagement in support of my candidacy for the position. And here I am in my second year as Kiwanis International Trustee. Your support will always be appreciated. Apart from having fun, the journey has been filled with learning about the governance of the organization, which is a lot to digest. But I'm so keen to become knowledgeable, it is as if I am preparing myself for future leadership, in which there are many options to choose from. On the international level, there are several reasons to recognize clubs such as yours. And to sum it up in a nutshell, with integrity, you work hard to ensure that your goals are met with regards to financial obligations, service, and fellowship, because you understand 100% that without this, you will be like a slowly sinking ship. I want to stress on the word work, because it is the work that you put into it, which is why you have been able to maintain the success over these 59 years. With work, your time is involved, which is simply priceless. How many of us today believe in sacrificing our time and making it our job of making a child smile? Along with succession planning, your club has done this over and over and over again. And with ease, and I know Kiwanis International is forever grateful for the role you have played in helping to keep us alive. Whether we show enough gratitude to our members is another story, and for further discussion. But for me, there's no challenge without a solution. Naturally, as an organization, it is easy to see why we became very American-centric, because after all, it is the USA which had the majority of members worldwide over many years, and they still do. But Kiwanis International is slowly but surely changing into such a diverse organization, that truly global organization, because of clubs like yours and countries like ours. And it is becoming increasingly obvious that our colleagues around the world are embracing the change and looking forward to cultures being recognized despite their own uniqueness. You take your job seriously, and even when you come out of the box, which is necessary, I commend you for keeping the morals, principles, and values in the box. Although, sad to say, the world you live in today seems to support this practice, because not knowing right from wrong has become par for the course. This leads me to commenting on the examples you set for our young leaders, because our youths are in desperate need for your examples. And I'm sure sometimes it becomes hard work to show them the path in playing leadership roles and to remain decent human beings. Yet through thick and thin, you persevere nonetheless. Our district will be forever etched on the walls of Kiwanis International because of clubs like yours, which have never failed in having a membership with true Kiwanians. Well done to you, the members of the Kiwanis Club of Kingston. Congrats on your milestone, and I look forward to the celebrations for the 60th anniversary. And with this mind, my first suggestion would be to include the ball you used to host in December. Smile. She put a smile there. This evening, my wish was to be able to personally participate, but my schedule this week would not allow for this. However, I appreciate the fact that you still gave me the opportunity to share with you today. I wish you continued good health and the energy to continue with the passion and love you always display. God bless, and thanks again. And that's a message from KIT Hope Marks. Back to you, President Junior.
God bless you as well, KIT Hope, and thank you for this wonderful message. And we should tell you that we have resumed the Christmas ball. So we can look forward to it. After a break, we have now resumed the Christmas ball. So that's it. And thank you very much. Although you could not make it in person, but we certainly accept your message. Okay, so we'll move to our second message. And VG Pam, Rodney, we'll have this message first. VG Pam, I saw you online earlier.
Thank you very much, President.
Happy anniversary. Thank you.
And
President,
VG Pam, in order to show the pictures you want me to show, I'm gonna have to share screen. So tell me when you want to get to it, and then I'll do that at that time.
Okay. President Junior, DG Mel, LG Hugh, other distinguished Kiwanians, fellow Kiwanians, and guests, SLPs, a very pleasant good evening to you. This is truly a moment that we need to keep in our books, because 59 years are not easy to come by. I'm sure many of us tonight are not probably even half that age, but we really, really celebrate tonight. The Kiwanis Club of Kingston has had such a proud tradition since its inception in March 1964. And of course, your charter president, Frank Melhido. Since then, the club has had 58 presidents. The club's enviable record of service among its SLPs and their achievements in this area are no doubt due to the mentorship and training imparted by the members through their tireless efforts and unwavering service. The club presently sponsors one CKI club, the Michael CKI, 8 key clubs, and 9 builders clubs. They have also sponsored 13 Kiwanis clubs, the most recent being the Kiwanis Club of Nation Builders Kingston, which was chartered in June of last year. Yeah. Many of you can recall at that charter ceremony that we discovered some great talents in that club. And I realized that the members are continuing to develop those talents that we saw on show. I want to commend you that of the 19 members inducted in the last 2 years, 5 of those are former CKI members, and that is commendable. I encourage you to continue to help us as an organization to get our SLPs transition to Kiwanis. They bring new ideas, new fresh ideas, and it is very important that we continue to nurture them and to be part of our organization to keep it alive and sustainable. Over the years, I have developed a connection with the Kiwanis Club of Kingston and its members because at Christmas time, we share something very special. We share the gift of love, the gift of giving, and the gift of service. For the past 37 years, members have brought Christmas cheer to the residents of the Ozanan Home and the Salvation Army Francis Ham Home by caroling and presenting gift packages to the residents on Christmas morning. It's always such a warm, fuzzy feeling to share with them, as Christmas Day being my birthday. I get that special happy birthday, Merry Christmas in song from the gentlemen of Kiwanis Club of Kingston. And I want you to know tonight that I really and truly appreciate it. Last Christmas, though, was very special, as when we visited Francis Ham, there was a resident there who was just 1 month away from her 100th birthday, Miss Birdie. And in January, I was fortunate enough to join with some of the members to share in her 100th celebration. She made it. She made it to the century. And although not fully aware of all that was happening, she was a picture of years of valuable experience, blessings of long and fruitful life, as her son and grandchildren were there to share in the momentous occasion. And I brought this story up because these are moments that give us the fulfillment that propels us to continue our Kiwanis journey. Members of Kiwanis Club of Kingston, I celebrate with you tonight, and I encourage you to continue to give a valuable service to our community and to our country. We have had wonderful years of your service, and I pray that God may continually bless you, rain down his blessings on you to give more and more each and every day. Thank you so much, and another happy 59th anniversary. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for that wonderful message. Thank you, VG Pam. And we sure continue doing all what we have to do for the children and the elderly of this country. We'll move now to our next message, which is going to be from BT Layton.
President Junior.
Yes, and somebody's going to be reading that.
I bring an excuse from District Trustee Junior, and he has sent me his message, which I hope I can read properly and with the passion that he would.
Yes.
Are you hearing me?
I'm hearing it loud and clear.
Okay. As District Trustee for Region G of the Eastern Canada and the Caribbean District of Kiwanis International, I am honored to extend warmest greetings and heartiest congratulations to President Junior and the entire membership of the Kiwanis Club of Kingston on the club's 59th anniversary celebrations. This is the pioneer Kiwanis Club in Jamaica, and in my opinion, This great club has been a trendsetter and has excelled beyond the wildest imaginations of its founders. A milestone anniversary is always a good time to reflect on past performance and to re-energize for more accomplishment in the future. In this context, the members of the Kiwanis Club of Kingston can justly feel proud of the club's exemplary achievements over the years in serving the children of the world and changing the world for the better. Kiwanis Club of Kingston has been a tower of strength in our beloved service leadership movement, successfully sponsoring several clubs at the primary, prep, high school, and tertiary levels across the corporate area. And in addition, the club has built several high value-added buildings, including the very special blood collection center at the National Chest Hospital, in addition to hundreds of other noteworthy service projects over the years of its existence. With its excellent track record, the Kiwanis Club of Kingston members can certainly take a bow with justifiable pride on your tremendous contributions and achievement. Well done. As you celebrate, I know you will be mindful that our country needs Kiwanis now more than ever. And this great Kiwanis Club of Kingston undoubtedly has a major role to play in this regard. So continue to focus on KI's mission to positively improve the world. Based on the club's established legacy and renowned capability to implement exceptional far-reaching projects, I know the members will strive for continued excellence in Kiwanis service for the remainder of the 2022-23 administrative year and beyond. In closing, I wish this foundation club, its leadership, and every member God's continued blessing and guidance. Congratulations, and that is in capital letters. Congratulations. Again, you are a tower of strength in our philanthropic movement and more than deserve the accolades. Leighton McKnight, District Trustee, Region G, ECNC District of Kiwanis International. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, PDT Ralston. Thank you, DT Leighton, for that wonderful message. And we'll now move to our own LG Hugh, for the next message.
Thank you, President Junior, Vice Governor Pam, distinguished Kiwanians all, members of our SLP, ladies and gentlemen. It is indeed a pleasure for me to congratulate the Kiwanis Club of Kingston on its 59th anniversary. I know I speak on behalf of all 15 clubs in Division 23 Central. We are indeed very proud of the successes, the track record of service that the Kiwanis Club of Kingston has done over these 59 years. 59 years is a long time. And during that period, the Kiwanis Club of Kingston has been a trailblazer. You have set a number of innovations and done a number of things which has blazed a trail for all of us in Kiwanis. Indeed, your meeting place at the National Chest Hospital is one of the few meeting places that Kiwanis clubs have been able to build for themselves. And we all, not only Division 23 Central, but every Kiwanian in Jamaica owes a debt of gratitude to the Kiwanis Club of Kingston, because without the Kiwanis Club of Kingston, there would be no Kiwanis in Jamaica. And you are the proud progenitor of all good things that Kiwanis has done in Jamaica. I would close by quoting from Galatians chapter 6, verse 9. Let us not become weary in doing good, for at the proper time, we will reap a harvest if we do not give up. And I would encourage the Kiwanis Club of Kingston, as you approach your senior years, that you continue to not become weary in doing good. For at the proper time, the children of Jamaica will reap a harvest for the work that you do. Congratulations, and continue to be a light of hope for all Jamaicans.
Thank you, LG Hugh. And on behalf of the Kiwanis Club of Kingston, I must say thanks to all of you who have had messages for us. We have listened, and let us just say, without you, we would not be able to achieve so much things. So you are our strength, and you have helped us to achieve all that we have achieved. Thank you again on behalf of the Kiwanis Club of Kingston very much for your messages. Thank you. So we'll move now to our next item on the agenda, which is the Kiwanis education, dubbed in the beginning. That will be done by our Secretary, DLG Willie.
Thank you, President Junior. Good evening, fellow Kiwanians, SLP members. As we celebrated the 59th anniversary of the Kiwanis Club of Kingston last Friday, I thought it may be useful, especially for the benefit of our new Kiwanians, to read a section from the book, Kiwanis in Jamaica, 1964 to 2009, on the history of the formation of the club, written by Patrick Bryan, retired professor of history at the University of West Indies. Kiwanis International was in its 49th year, when in 1964, it established roots in Jamaica. By this time, the main lines of Kiwanis International had been established. The story of its establishment in Jamaica began in 1963, when Alan Talbot, an English insurance executive working in Jamaica, suggested that a Kiwanis club be established in Kingston. A conversation between Alan Talbot, apparently impressed by what he had seen of Kiwanis in Nassau, Bahamas, and Frank Melhedo, a Jamaican businessman, initiated the Kiwanis movement in Jamaica. On January the 17th, 1964, Frank Melhedo met with 10 other men at the Sheraton Hotel, now the Wyndham Hotel, and was appointed to chair a steering committee for the establishment of a club in Kingston. The required target of a minimum of 50 men was reached and surpassed by March 24th, 1964, when some 71 men agreed to become charter members of the club. The Kiwanis Club in Nassau, though just 15 months old, was a sponsoring club of the Kiwanis Club of Kingston. The Kingston's club next step was to seek affiliation with a district. There were two options: the proximity of Jamaica to Florida, and no doubt the growing influence, especially in commercial and industrial development of the United States in Jamaica, prompted the newly formed club to seek affiliation with the Florida district. The second option was to initiate Kingston's sponsoring club, the Kiwanis Club in Nassau, which was part of the Ontario Quebec Maritime District in Canada. Canada, a member of the British Commonwealth, welcomed Jamaica with open arms when the newly formed club sought links with the Canadian rather than the Florida district. The Kiwanis Club of Kingston thus became the first club in Jamaica, making the 12th Kiwanis nation and 5,224th club of Kiwanis International. Fellow Kiwanians and SCP members, that's Kiwanis Education this evening, and I trust that you all enjoy that. Thank you. Over to you, President. You're muted, President.
Yes, sorry about that. Thank you, DLG Willie. And thank you for that Kiwanis education. How appropriate is that for tonight? A little bit of history about the Kiwanis Club of Kingston, how we started. Okay. We now move into a PowerPoint presentation from Chairman DP Stewart, a history of our service. Okay, DP Stewart, your time.
Okay, President Junior.
Yes, can see your presentation being sent.
Okay, well, let's move this forward. Hello. Okay, fellow Kiwanis and guests, in continuing the story, I just want to take you through some of the things that the club has accomplished and some of the things that we enjoy doing. Our major projects would have started in the period when we were formed in '64. So in the early years, one of the first projects we did was the establishment of a daycare center at St. Margaret's Church to accommodate 40 children. And then we built an annex to the Salvation Army Center on Tower Street to serve as a daycare center. And in those early years, we also built and furnished a vocational guidance center at Rennock Lodge, the Rennock Lodge All-Age School, to teach boys woodworking skills and girls domestic science. Then, in 1967, an occupational therapy unit attached to the psychiatric ward at the University Hospital was built. Then in 1968, a fully equipped, air-conditioned 16-bed maternity hospital in Tivoli Gardens was constructed. This project won the top award in Kiwanis International for a single service project for clubs with over 76 members. In 1969 to 70, a vocational guidance center was erected on lands belonging to St. Margaret's Church. This was operated collectively by the churches in the Hope and Ligonier area. 71, 72, a bus was donated to the Boy Scout Association and a scholarship was awarded to attend the Jamaica School of Agriculture. 1975, the Ozanam Home, and you heard mention of the Ozanam Home earlier. It's on Mannings Hills Road, operated by the St. Vincent de Paul Society. And they were the beneficiary of an extension to accommodate 20 additional residents, a doctor's office and a reception area. And it's fitting that it was done together with a home was also built to accommodate 50 abandoned children at the Nest on Mannings Hill Road, operated by the Salvation Army. In 1978, we built an extension to the Denham Town Basic School to accommodate 50 children, as well as a kitchen with the necessary equipment. 1982, established an information booth at the University Hospital of the West Indies for the purpose of informing and directing visitors to the different facilities on the hospital compound. 1985, established the Kiwanis Club of Kingston Police Trust Fund to assist members of the police force who suffer injury in the line of duty and to assist the tenants of members who die in the line of duty. This fund has been impacted by the government program impacting interest rates, or rather, it's actually increasing interest rates, but has still been able to address the needs of those for whom it was intended. In 1989, in the aftermath of Hurricane Gilbert that hit Jamaica on September 12, 1988, the Kiwanians in Canada came to our rescue by shipping millions of dollars worth of relief supplies, which we were able to distribute through the Salvation Army using the National Arena as a distribution center. The project became our major project for which we were recognized internationally. In 1996, we completed the construction of a blood collection center and laboratory on the grounds of National Chest Hospital on Barbican Road. The project was conceived as creating greater convenience for the general public to donate blood, as many persons had grown apprehensive about going down to Slipe Road, where the main blood collection center is. And this is where we also now have our secretariat and our meeting place. In 1998, a skills training center was built on the grounds of St. Michael's Church on Victoria Avenue. In 2001, we built a classroom and sick bay at the United Basic School on Redditch Road. And we also built a sanitary convenience at Board Villa in Hannahtown. 2002, we refurbished Ambrook Lane Basic School. And we also relocated and refurbished the Zenith Learning and Preparatory School on Deramore Road and established a play area. 2003, built a restroom at the Norman Gardens All Age School. They also established a playground in the New Hope Preparatory School on James Street in Kingston. This is a Salvation Army school. 2003-2004, refurbished the reading room at Almond Town Primary. And in 2004-2005, refurbished and repainted classrooms at St. Andrew Primary School. We also refurbished the residence of the Walker's Place of Safety that housed over 40 homeless children in the same 2005-2006. And in 2009-2010, we built a security wall at the Arnold Road Methodist Church Basic School. 2010-2011, we refurbished the Tivoli Gardens Maternity Center built by our club in 1968 in collaboration with the Ministry of Health with a 20 million grant from the Chase Fund. Having built the blood collection center at the National Chest Hospital, we forged a long-term relationship with the blood bank at Slipe Road. This was led largely by past director Dudley Ball of blessed memory. And over the recent years, we supplied them with a new blood plasma refrigerator and financed the refurbishing of several others. Our goal has been to assist them in procuring and maintaining equipment for the optimum preservation of blood supplies. We also provided directional signs at the blood bank on Slipe Road to assist donors in finding where they should go for the various services. In 2022, our major project was the repainting of the outside of the Seaview Gardens police station. And this was done jointly with the Michael Circuitry Club. We now have architectural drawings approved by the KSAMC for the expansion of our secretariat. More will be said about that, although the intervention of COVID, put a temporary halt on that progress. We have continued to improve the facility, however, with, for example, the acquisition and installation of 2 air conditioning units and made it available as a meeting place for other clubs and our division. All of the above was done by club members. More recently, we have installed Wi-Fi services as part of improving the infrastructure there and in anticipation of holding hybrid meetings in the not too distant future. And here I just want to mention some of our favorite service projects. I'll list them: the Pick Up the Mating competition, the Builders Club Oratorical competition, Terrific Kids program among our Builders Clubs, Youth in Excellence project, Let Little Heart Beat Stronger program, which we no longer do, but which had made such an impact in the early years. The annual Senior Citizens Concert in association with the National Council for Senior Citizens. This was put on hold during the pandemic, but will no doubt, I think, return this Christmas, ending of this year. The feeding of the homeless and residents at the Marie Atkins shelter on Hanover Street in collaboration with the Seventh-day Adventist Church is another one of our favorite projects and has continued. Provision of Easter buns at the Salvation Army Nest Children's Home. Remember, we built an extension there. Worship services at homes for the aged. This is something we always did, but which was suspended again during the pandemic, and which we are going to reactivate. Coin collection drive, which was championed by past Chairman Claribert Scott, also of blessed memory, and turned over. The funds were turned over to the Salvation Army. This is still ongoing. And finally, the Christmas caroling at the St. Vincent de Paul Ozanam Home for the aged, and the Salvation Army Francis Ham Home for the aged. In more recent years, we have been joined by other clubs, which has made a big difference to the quality of the caroling. And for this, we are extremely grateful. And now I'd just like to wrap up by just outlining some of the clubs that we have formed. Kiwanis Club of Kingston has always felt that it had a responsibility to expand the movement through the length and breadth of Jamaica and also the wider Caribbean. Below is a listing of the clubs we have formed along their organization date, some by ourselves and some jointly with other clubs. In August 9, it's interesting that the first 3 clubs that we formed were clubs outside of Jamaica. In August 1964, the Kiwanis Club of Curacao was formed. In November 9 of that same year, the Kiwanis Club of Aruba was formed. And then in September 1965, the Kiwanis Club of San Juan. On September 10, 1966, this was the first Jamaican club that we formed, and that was the Kiwanis Club of Montego Bay. And then came the Kiwanis Club of Ocho Rios in September, on September 12, 1966. On June 9, 1969, the Kiwanis Club of Downtown Kingston was formed. And then that was followed by the Kiwanis Club of Mandeville on June 12, 1969. Then a couple years later, on August 30, 1972, we formed the Kiwanis Club of St. Thomas. On March 7, 1974, the Kiwanis Club of Spanish Town was formed. And that now you know the 74, 64, so they're exactly 10 years behind us. And they are celebrating their 49th anniversary later this month. On September 6th, the Kiwanis Club of New Kingston was formed. And on August 27, 2003, the Kiwanis Club of Mona, which I don't think exists anymore, come to think of it. September 2014, the Kiwanis Club of Kingstown, and that's not Kingston, that's Kingstown, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, that was formed. And then on January 21, 2014, the Kiwanis Club of Barbican. And then following up on that, in 2019, it was the Kiwanis Club of Worthington. And then the last club, which you heard mentioned earlier by DG Pam, on June 24, 2022, the Kiwanis Club of Nation Builders. So, in summary, let me just say, many major projects have been undertaken. Many new clubs have been formed. Many service projects have been carried out. Many of our members have assumed greater leadership roles. Many young lives have been impacted. Many young people have been motivated to achieve their goals. And many less fortunate have been helped to make their lives a little better. Many of our stalwarts have passed on. But since the focus is still to serve the children of the world, the Kiwanis Club of Kingston continues to strive to uphold the ideas of the Kiwanis movement. And that's where I end this presentation. Thank you, fellow Kiwanis and guests, for listening.
Keep it short.
Thank you. Thank you, DP.
Go ahead.
Short. Can you say again the year Barbican was formed?
That's 2014, January 21.
No. Barbican was formed in 2015, the 100th anniversary of Kiwanis International.
Okay, I'll make a note and I'll edit that. Thank you.
DP Stewart?
Yes, yes.
I believe that the formation of the Kiwanis Club of Kingstown, SVG, was in 2004 and not 2014.
Okay, thanks for that correction.
Okay.
I'll make a note.
Yes.
2004.
Yes, I think that the person who was president at the time would confirm that.
Okay. I wonder who that is.
Thank you, DP Chris.
DP Chris.
Okay.
Thank you, DP Chris, for that correction.
Great.
And thank you again, DP Stewart. And I certainly feel proud, as all of us would have been, to be a part of this wonderful organization to carry out all these projects over the years. We will continue. We are not going to be stopping. We will continue to do all these projects and more projects as we go along. Thank you, DP Stew. Wonderful presentation.
Very wonderful presentation.
Wonderful presentation. Some of these I didn't even know, but you know.
Would hardly have been better.
Yes, thank you, DLG Chris Trevor.
Thank you.
Don't forget the E.
Don't forget what?
The E.
The E.
Oh no, I didn't. I just swallowed it in the end. All right, thank you again.
Right, done.
Thank you. Okay, after such wonderful presentation, we'll move to a tribute to our past presidents, which will be done by P.E. Newton Ramdial. P.E., to our presidents.
Thank you, President Junior. I was having a bit of a problem unmuting. Maybe I suspect that it's jitters because after such a presentation by DP Stewart, I don't know. I'm bound to come in second. Anyway, let me try. But that was that what DP Stewart's presentation a while ago really was great, and even those of us who figured that we have learned, we know about the club, we learned something a while ago.
I'm sure.
My presentation really is to highlight the past presidents of our club, because you know they said that the hardest organization to lead is a voluntary organization.
Yes.
You can't threaten anybody to fire them. You can't threaten to cut the pay. You can't bribe them by saying you'll raise the pay or give them a promotion. So you need to know what you're doing, because other than that, your organization is either going to stall or it's going to crumble. And the Kiwanis Club of Kingston has been growing from strength to strength over the last 59 years. So, you know, it's rational for us to believe that we have either been blessed with some great leaders or we have been very lucky. I am one to believe that we have been blessed, because nobody is lucky for, no person or organization is going to be lucky for 59 years.
No.
Right? So I am pretty sure we have been blessed. And so what I'm going to do this evening, DP Stewart has basically highlighted our major projects. What I am going to do is just bring to the fore again the names of those gentlemen who led the club throughout this time, these years, on whose shoulders whatever we're doing now, we stand. So as we already know, Frank Meleda was our charter president. And he was there from March 1964 to December 1966. That's 3 years. As you know, when the club is new, it's hard to, currently we change president every year. When it's new, it needs some amount of stability. And from everything I've heard, Frank Meleda provided that stability over those 3 years. DP Stewart already said, I won't rehash that. During that time, we established daycare center at St. Margaret. We built an annex at Tower Street Salvation Army, which he didn't put in, but very important is that when we built that annex at the Tower Street, The club actually provided the doctors. The doctors came from the club. The medicines were provided by the club, right? And we also built in '66, we built the vocational center at Rennock Lodge, because as you know, the Kiwanis Club movement, the Kiwanis movement in general, has always looked at the less fortunate. And there was a time when people, if you didn't know how to do maths and physics and all of that, they say you were done useless, you need to go do something else. We recognize from then that some people work with their brains, some people work with their hands. And that's why if you listen to DP Stewart's presentation, we built several vocational centers, because even before it was popular to say no child should be left behind, the Kiwanis Club of Kingston believed in that, and we were putting our money where our mouth is. Our second president was Ivor Brimble. He led the club from the January 1967 to December 1967, right? And I don't remember if DP Stewart said it, but it was during that time that we constructed the occupational therapy unit at the UWI psychiatric department, because we realized that people needed, you're in for psychiatric care, and if the environment was not conducive for relaxation and all of that, then half of the treatment would be lost, right? Our third president was Gene MacDonald. He led the club from January 1968 to December 1968. And that's during the period when we built that maternity ward that DP Stewart told you about. Interesting, I found that maternity ward could accommodate, I understand, 1,600 births per year. And I'm wondering if the Kiwanis Club of Kingston didn't contribute to them having to run that campaign about what, two is better than too many or something like that. But you know, and I understand that they are, even recently I was talking to some Kiwanians, and people to this day will tell them that they were born at the Kiwanis Hospital in Tivoli, which we built, right? The fourth president was Dudley Della Penna, and he led the club from January 69 to September 1970, right? And it was during that time that the vocational training center that DP Stewart spoke about at St. Margaret Church was done. Leonard Chang led the club from October 1970 to September 1971. Carlton Levy led it from October 1971 to September 1972. Victor Williams was our leader. I mean, I wasn't there at the time, but from October 1972 to September 1973, and Milton Weller from October 1973 to September 1974. No, you have heard about, VG Pam also spoke about the Ozanam home. That extension was built during the 74-75 period when Robert Bridge was our president, right? And what the construction of that extension at Ozanam, I always get it wrong, accommodated 20 more residents, right? And we didn't just build a house and the extension and leave them there. We continue to support them. We continue to support them to this very day. If you want to know who from the Kiwanis Club of Kingston can't sing, just go down to Ozanam on Christmas Day and you'll hear us. But whatever we make up, whatever we lack in natural talent, we make it up in exuberance. And we always have some ladies joining us. Seymour Loftman was the president from October 1975 to September 1976. And that's when we established the nest at the Salvation Army, for those which accommodated 50 young abandoned handicapped children between the age of up to the age of 9. October 1976 to September 1977, Dennis Ross was at the wheels of the club. And from October 1977 to September 1978, Robert Blackwood took over. Winston Clark did his stint from October 78 to September 1979, and Patrick Robinson from October 79 to September 1980. Carl McDonough took over as president in October of 1980, and he led us until September 1981. And you notice we're coming now more to the persons who you will know. In October 1981 to September 1982, Trevor Christian was at the wheels. And for those of you who are wondering who Trevor Christian is, just look at your screen. He is the gentleman sitting there who said, don't forget the E, right? And it will show you the strength of the Kiwanis Club of Kingston, because here it is. Trevor Christian, who was president of the club 42 years ago, is on the meeting with us tonight. He hasn't done his stint and gone away. He's still here. He's still participating, right? And you will find that that's the situation with a lot. I would say 50% of persons who have been president, almost 50% of persons who have been president of this club. Michael Henriquez was our 17th president. He took over in October 1982 until September 1983, when Conrad Gordon took over, and he led the club until September 1984. Now, most of you know DLGE Stan. He's not on the meeting with us tonight, but he had explained that he would be otherwise occupied. DLGE Stan took hold of the club on September 1984, and he led it until September 1985. Now, DLG Stan is still in charge of recruitment and all of that. He was president of the club 39 years ago, right? Our 20th president was Brian Paisley, and he led from October 1985 to September 1986. Right? Very important. DP Stewart spoke about the police, the Kiwanis Club of Kingston Police Trust Fund. And I think we had very far-thinking persons at that time, because back in 85, 86, those were the days when we heard of policemen getting killed, policemen getting shot, and then going home for them and their dependents to suffer. Right? That's when the Kiwanis Club of Kingston launched the Kiwanis Club of Kingston Police Trust Fund, which is alive until today. Right? In 1986 to September 1987, Louis Tommy Brown led the club, and Warwick Bogle, who still contributes to the club right now, took over in October 1987 and led it until September 1988. And we are coming, it is necessary, you see, for us to pay tribute to these persons, because many persons on the platform, maybe this is the first time you're hearing these names. Yeah. And I invite you, I will soon go back to my list, but I invite everyone who is on the platform. As was said early on, we're one of the few Kiwanis club that has a secretariat. Whenever you come to the secretariat, enjoy yourself, but have a look around on our walls, because the pictures of these gentlemen are displayed on our walls, because their contribution to the club has been so invaluable that we will not allow them to be forgotten, right? It's a pity I couldn't show you the faces this evening, but we will continue with the names. Now, in October 1988 to September 1989, Arturo Stewart took over. And I'm pretty sure many of you online now know Arturo Stewart, because he's often on the meetings, right? And that was in what was called the Gilbert period. DP Stewart spoke about it. We brought in 10 container loads of stuff and distributed it during Hurricane Gilbert. No, in terms of what was needed during Hurricane Gilbert, that was not much. But in terms of contribution, that was big, right? And we want people to remember that. Herman Rex Fennell took took control of the club in October 1989, and he led until September 1990. Now, something that I feel very proud of, DP Stewart touched it, but I just want to highlight it a little more. You saw on DP Stewart slide something that said, "Let little hearts beat stronger." That's because the Kiwanis Club of Kingston partnered with the UA Hospital, University of the West Indies Hospital, and another hospital called Guy Singer Medical Center in Pennsylvania. And we made sure that youngsters who needed heart surgery but couldn't afford it, that we facilitated them getting it. And I think in that period alone, about 26 youngsters went and got their surgery done. The surgery cost on average 2.7 million Jamaican dollars. And none of those youngsters, well, if they had to pay for it, they would have died because they just didn't have it, right? But we facilitated that. And I thought it important to bring this across, because a lot of people don't know. I didn't know until I did the research that we were there. Jeffrey Mesado, he took over the club in 1990, and he was there until September 1991. And I'm pretty sure if he's not online this evening, he's on most of the meetings. Erwin McNally ran the club from 1991 to 1992. And that was when we started the construction of the blood collection center, which we call it home now, right? Because it's annexed to our secretariat. Derek Clark was from October 1992 to 93. Al Rainford from 1993 to 94. Frank Scully, 94 to 95. And Evan Brown, I don't see him on because he usually is. Evan Brown took hold of the club in September 1995 until 1996. It is important to note that some of the projects that DP Stewart spoke about were cross-administration, right? So for example, our blood center, which commenced in 91, 92, was not completed until 95, 96, when Evan Brown was president, right? Now, the big man, meaning the man who plans and executes these meetings for us weekly, Stuart Spencer. He was president of this club from October 1996 to 1997. I don't have to tell anybody that DP Stewart continues to contribute valiantly to this club every single week, right? Leo Chung took over in 97, going up to 98. And Lloyd Davis from 98 to 1999. Something that I need to highlight too, because part of what I am trying to highlight is that our club presidents, they don't become presidents and after their tenure, they fade away, right? Because you might remember DP Stewart telling you that we constructed a skill training center at the St. Michael's Church on Victoria Avenue. Well, Jeff Mesado, who had been president in 1991, when that construction was supposed to take place in 97, 98, Jeff Mesado and his dear wife contributed $100,000 to that project. Now, if you go back to 97, 98, $100,000 was not chicken feed, right? But he had committed enough to the movement that he and his wife contributed $100,000 to that project, right? In October 1999 to 2000, that was the time for Lloyd Barnett Jr. And in 2000 to 2001, Everett Palmer. Norman Heholt took hold of the club in October, 2001 to 2002, and the gentleman known as Uncle Willie, Santa Claus, a whole lot of other names, his first turn at the wheel was in October 2002. So William Reason was president from October 2002 to 2003, right? And it was during that time that some restrooms were built at the Norman Garden, all age, and a playground was established at the New Hope Prep School, right? Another big man in the club who you see all the while, I'm looking at the screen and I see him looking back at me, is Christopher Robinson. He took hold of the helm of the club in October 2003 and went up to September 2004, right? And one of his big projects right there was the refurbishing of the reading room at the Almontown Primary School. Jack DeLisso was our president from October 2004 to September 2005. And another of the Spencer. Sometimes you might get confused. Sometimes you see a name Earl Spencer, sometimes you see a name Stuart Spencer. It's okay. It's two different persons, just the same last name. They're brothers, right? But it's a family commitment to the Kiwanis movement and to the Kiwanis Club of Kingston in particular. Earl Spencer was our president from October 2005 to 2006. And during that time, the club did the refurbishing of the workers' home of safety for homeless children. Now, Norris Crooks, who is no longer with us, he did his first stint in 2006 to 2007. And then Victor McFarlane took over in 2007 to 2008. The gentleman you guys know as PDT, and when I said guys, it's male and female. The person you all know as PDT, Ralston Nunes, he was president of the Kiwanis Club of Kingston from October 2008 to September 2009. And Patrick Anderson took over in October 2009 to 2010. Michael Tucker did his stint from October 2010 to 2011. And then for the 2011-2012 period, we kind of had, I don't know, we kind of had three leaders. I mean, Charles Sims was the gentleman who took us through that period. But for a while, Clive Heslop was there and Michael McGibbon was also figured there also. Norris Crooks did his second stint in 2012-2013, and Charles Sims also, I guess, because during 2011-2012, he probably didn't do a full term. He came back in 2013 to 2014, right? Marcel Boyce, who is still one of the heavy lifters in the club, he served as president from October 2014 to 2015, and Dalma James did his stint from 2015 to 2016. Now, one of the things that I have to point out is that we got charitable status in Nothing 2020-2021 due in a large part to the heavy lifting of PD Dalma James, who, even though his stint as president ended in 2016, I understand for about 4 or 5 years, he never let up with our application, and he had to put it back. He had to reapply multiple times, but he never gave up. And that's why now the Kiwanis Club of Kingston actually enjoys charitable status. William Reese did his second stint in 2016-2017, and Gian Delmel was 2017-2018. You notice we're coming to present days. And I said, President Junior, looking to see if I have his name on the list. Yes, President, I have your name on the list. Rupert Whitaker, who I know is online. Glad to see you again, VP Rupert. He did his stint as president between 2018 and 2019. And LGD Desmond Batchelor, he was president of the club from 2019 to 2020. Now, lucky for us, when COVID hit, we had an army-trained gentleman, and that was in the form of Major Richard Reese. So he was president from 2020 to 2021, and I tell you, he had to use up all his army training to get us through that period. as a matter of fact, we were pleased to see that during that period, even though people were stepping back because of COVID, we actually did a lot of projects, and we were proud of the fact that we didn't find a corner hiding, but we actually came out swinging on a major race. Now, the gentleman who makes all Kiwanians who don't go to their meetings ashamed, DP Paul Peart, he took charge of our club in 2021, 2022. And why I say he will have that effect on you is because a lot of people don't know that DP Paul has spent the last several months of his presidency in Japan. And when I first met DP Paul, he was in India. I knew him for a couple of months while he was in India, and I was he was, you know, because he would always join, right? And then we are now at present where Junior Stewart took over in October 2022 and is the one who is ably leading us now. Yeah. Now, you know, part of what I want to wrap up, having had that roll call of our president, part of what I would want to do as my wrap up is to let you know that if you attend our meetings regularly, you will come into contact with many of these gentlemen, right? As I said, Trevor Christian was president 42 years ago. He's on right now. Stan Dunwell was president 39 years ago. He's most of the time on. Lloyd Barnett Jr. was president 24 years ago. He's on a whole lot. Arturo Stewart, he was president 35 years ago. Yes. He's normally on our meetings. Jeff Mesado, he's either sitting beside you or he's on the meeting. He did his stretch 33 years ago. So I'm saying if you attend our meetings regularly, you will come into contact with probably close to 50% of the men who have been our presidents. And that's why I want to say to LGU, early on LGU spoke about our record of service. That is served because when the youngsters come in, they have the older ones to guide them. But I also want to say, LGU, that you congratulated us on reaching our senior years. But 59 is just a number, right? I want to let you know that the Kiwanis Club of Kingston is like fine wine, sir. We get better with age. And if you think we have performed over the last 59 years, you have not seen anything yet, because the presidents who have been there are here to guide the younger presidents who are coming. And I tell you, we are going for the next 59 years, we are going to be a very hard act to follow. Back to you, President Junior.
Thank you, VP. And I
well said, Newton.
Excellent presentation as well. And a long history of our presidents, and just some of the things, because we couldn't do all of it, just some of the things that they have done during their period. And we will continue to do exactly that. And to complement all of that was said about our president, we are going to complement it with a presentation, a tribute in song to our president. And that will be done by President Tina Turner.
President Junior?
Yes.
Just got a message from President Tina to say, unfortunately, she's had to take her daughter to hospital. She had high fever.
Yeah.
And she's unable to make it back to the meeting in time. So we'll have to forego that and move to the next item.
Sorry to hear that. For those who have not heard President Tina before, you have really missed something. You will miss something tonight. So then, it has been a long night, but a well-deserved night. It's our birthday, it's our anniversary, so we won't talk about that too much. We'll now go to the vote of thanks, which will be done to our PDT, Ralston. Raleigh?
Yes, President Junior.
Yes.
I was going to fill in for President Tino, but I didn't want the meeting to end prematurely.
It would, believe me, it would.
I was asked to reply on behalf of the president and also to do the vote of thanks. And I am a bit baffled that there are so many other presidents of eloquence on the call, but it has fallen to me.
But not many PDTs.
President Junior, distinguished members, Kiwanians all, good evening. I cannot adequately describe how elated I am to be asked to reply on behalf of 50 plus other presidents, past and present, of this club. And I said 50 plus because I'm not sure of the exact number, because as was alluded to, there was a year when we had 3 presidents in 1 year. But my reply is on behalf of these men of class who have served this club so much and serve it so well. I am really, really glad to see these are men who have demonstrated qualities worthy of emulation. And as you're all aware, Kiwanis was introduced to Jamaica in 1964 through the formation of this club. And since then, the baton has been passed on seamlessly and safely and without any rancor. I feel privileged to be numbered among this elite group who can claim to have been president of a special club. Special not just because it is the first and father of all, but more so for the it has had over these many years. You know, I recall vividly being, well, not dragged, but taken up to the top of the Wyndham Hotel then, at the behest of DP Lloyd Barnett, assisted by DP Stan Dunwell, to the Kiwanis Club of Kingston. And I walk into the room petrified atop the window, but petrified is an understatement. More accurately, I could say totally intimidated. And only to become president of this club 12 years later, which incidentally was a norm in those days. Taking 12 years to become president was about average, and it was not because of lack of knowledge. But this club has provided the opportunity for many of us to grow, not only as Kiwanians, but has fitted us for the wider world through associations and the enduring friendship that we have been exposed to. At 59, the club would have experienced ups and downs, but has persevered and is once again on the ascendancy with the injection of several younger, more vibrant men. And I would just want to leave a word with them. And you have heard the history. This club has been, throughout the years, the gauge by which others determine how well they are doing. It's a legacy that some have and others will inherit. And so I urge you, the younger ones, to value, cherish, and ensure its continuity with your new ideas, bolstered by the rich heritage and the experience that is still in the club and available at your fingertips. So on behalf of the presidents, past and those still around, I wish to express our sincere appreciation for the recognition on this occasion. And I want to pledge in the true sense of that great institution on Red Hills Road to continue to give the utmost for the highest. I urge the club and its officers to continue to the trend to lead, to be bold. A distinguished President Chris would tell you, the Wolmerian would say, whatever you do, do it well. And not to be left out, I know I have Casey Virgin on the call.
The brave may fall,
Casey
but
man would tell
never
you the
yield.
brave may fall but never yield.
Never
But
yield.
Kiwanis is an institution with so much to learn. Not only to make yourself a good Kiwanian, but a better person. And if our district trustee was here, he's a Cornwallian, he would tell you to learn or leave. But we at this club gather you to learn and stay. And but again, presidents and members of the club and also visitors, on behalf of my colleagues, I want to pledge our full support to the club. I don't know how much longer. I'm sure it won't be for another 59 years from me. But as long as I'm able to, I want to follow in the footsteps of my good friend, DLG Willie Reason. I now want to say thank you to those who have made presentation here today. We had presentation read from our Kiwanis International Trustee, Hope Max. We also had our own dear friend of the club, Vice Governor Pam, who is always here with us and was here with us on this occasion. We want to thank her. We want to thank District Trustee Layton for penning his message. And certainly the man at the helm, our own LG, the man in the hot seat, Hugh Reid. I want to thank you for gracing us with your presence. In the same vein, I want to thank all the visitors who have come here to spend some time with us, a little bit extended, but it's 59 years. We appreciate your presence. We always look forward to visitors, and in return, we also visit quite a bit. I hope the evening has been a great evening. It was a pleasure to have you all. I thank you all. Thank you, President.
And thank you, PDT. And well said, well said, well said.
President Junior.
Yes.
When I heard that President Tina wasn't going to be able to make it,
okay,
I thought I would put up something that would give our the persons who are online, those who have not heard her, it would be a song for the presidents, but we take it. And I'm gonna play one that she sang when we did the caroling last December. So we'll get some musical entertainment, but just listen to President Tina.
Okay, thank you, Chairman. You're still on? Oh, yes, here you are. Good.
Continue on this journey called life, no matter what. Oh, come, all ye faithful, joyful and triumphant. Oh, come ye to Bethlehem. Come and behold him, born the King of angels. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him. Praise the Lord. Sing choirs of angels, sing in exaltation, sing all ye citizens of heaven above. Oh, glory to God, glory in the highest. Oh, come,
Beautiful. There you go. Thank you, DP Stewart. I know you're a Boy Scout, you know, so you're always prepared. Thank you again. And I'm sure you'll agree with me that that was a wonderful version of Oh Come Let Us, we should really be singing, Oh Come Let Us Adore Them. Thank you again, DP.
Thank you, President Junior.
Yes. Okay, we are winding down now, and we will go. Yes.
I seek your permission, sir. This
Yes,
is
sir.
Lloyd Distance Senior.
Good.
And I sent a message in the chat.
Yes.
But as the Kiwanian at this meeting, the longest serving Kiwanian at this meeting, that I'm 54 years in the movement.
Yes.
And I was so elated when I heard some of those names being called.
Right.
And just to mention that it was Lieutenant Governor Gene MacDonald who, having met me, said he would like me to join the movement. And so I was a charter member of the Kiwanis Club of downtown Kingston. I take the opportunity, sir, to say congratulations on your years of service to the movement and for its expansion in and out of Jamaica. I look forward to your 60th anniversary. Thank you.
And thank you, DP. Thank you, DLG. And thank you for the wonderful time that you have been with us and for the service that you have given over that very long period. Thank you again.
Thank you, sir.
And to the children of the world. Thank you again. So we'll now move to our Sarge. Sarge?
Yes, President Junior. Thank you.
What do you have to say to us tonight?
Good evening, everyone.
Tonight's our anniversary.
Yeah, it is. And everybody's in celebrating mood. And everybody's happy. So I'm not going to come and rain on anybody's parade. So we're keeping it festive and we're keeping it happy. So we're going to keep it nice and light and simple. And we're going to just do some anniversary puns. All right? So we're just going to do some anniversary puns this evening. Why did the bee decide to get married? Because it found its honey.
Okay.
What happened to the archaeologist couple's marriage? The older they got, the more interesting it became. And the last one I'm going to leave with you. Who would throw the best reception for the guests? The cell phones. So in celebration of our anniversary, all members of the Kiwanis Club of Kingston under 1 year, a charge of $100, 1 to 5 years, $200, 16 to 15 years, $300, and all our brothers over 15 years, $400. Continue to enjoy tonight's meeting. Good night, everyone.
And we are certainly enjoying it. Thank you, Sarge. We are celebrating tonight, so we won't charge you for tonight. Very good presentation. All right. Moving on. Notices and announcement.
Thank you, President Junior.
DLG Willie.
Thank you. Regarding our notices, just a reminder of our upcoming 2 conventions. The ECNC convention being held in Quebec City from Thursday the 18th of May to Saturday the 20th of May. Kiwanis International Convention being held in Minneapolis, Minnesota from the 18th of June to the 21st of June. Also bear in mind the Key Club Jamaica Leadership Training Conference being held in Monique College from April 14th to the 16th. Just to mention, a reminder, Kiwanis Club of North St. Andrews, sensational solar raffle. Tickets are available, $500.
Books up. I have books, so anybody's interested in selling books, we share it 50-50 with our sons, North St. Andrew. Just a reminder, all clubs meeting April 11th, 6 p.m., Police Officers Club. This will be during Governor's visit and the installation of new members. Cost $1,500, inclusive of 50-50. April 11th is a Tuesday, so perhaps Chairman DP Stewart may consider having a meeting at Police Officers Club on that evening. Fundraising meeting will be held next week, Wednesday, April 3 at my house, starting at 6 p.m. We have to discuss the upcoming Barbie Fry. Hopefully can hold it at the end of May and the NDTC performance the end of July. Just to mention, Kiwanis Club of Young Professionals St. Andrew Book Drive and Matters ends on April 22nd. Regarding inter-clubbing opportunities, on Wednesday, that's tomorrow, we have been invited by Kiwanis Club of GTS St. Andrew to their meeting. The presenter is Dr. Carla Nicholson Davis. She was speaking on endometriosis as part of an empowerment session. On Thursday, the 30th, the Kiwanis Club of Spanish Town 49th anniversary, and we should have a strong delegation to go and visit Spanish Town with one of the clubs were formed by Kingston. And next week, Monday, as normal, Kiwanis Club in downtown Kingston at 1 p.m. President Junior, those are the announcements and notices and announcements. You may invite visiting clubs if they have any other announcements to make at this time. Thank you.
And thank you, dear G. Willie. Are there another club that I would like to make some announcement at this point in time? Let us have it. Are there any other clubs that would like to make some notices? No? Well, I suppose that we'll move on to the next item, which is the thought for the week, and we'll call again on our DP Stewart. DP?
Thank you, President Junior. Okay. I have two thoughts as usual.
Good.
A little fix it. Okay. The first one is this. It's the things I do today that I don't have to, that will determine where I'll be when I'm not able to. And my second one is, when the roots are deep, there's no need to fear the wind. And those are my two thoughts, President Junior.
And thank you. Very appropriate as usual, DP Stewart. And thank you again. Ladies and gentlemen, I certainly have had a wonderful time, and I know that most of us also did have a good time at this meeting tonight, our very special meeting, our 59th anniversary. Our count went up to over 150, and we are still at about 128. So that suggests that it was an excellent meeting, and thank you for coming, because without you, we could never. Thank you all. And at this time, if there's nothing else, I'd just like to raise a toast to Kiwanis International and Jamaica land we love, right? At this time, I'd like to bring this meeting, terminate this meeting of the Kiwanis Club of Kingston. Thank you very much again, and have a wonderful night. Thank you.